I'll put the link in the corner for that. If you can get a copy of that, and you can install the x86 version on your Intel or AMD Windows PC, and download VMware as well, so you can run it in the virtual environment without destroying any hardware or any type of boot system that you have on your system right now currently. So those are just exam crayons. I wouldn't use them as a base reference, but if you're going to take the test for that, those are two books that are the holy grail on the market right now until something else knocks them off. So that's that. The next one I would go over is the VMware. There are a lot of virtualization books on the market, but I don't think there are any of them that are really geared towards the VCP or the virtualization exam. And the VMware exam is actually you can go to a VMware class online. It's a course that VMware holds, so you can go through that and it'll do a breakdown of the domains of the VMware certification, and you can pretty much pass it that way. There are a lot of books out there on the market too, so it's just so many of them that I don't know how well they cater to the VMware exam as opposed to just understanding VMware itself. If you don't know VMware, I believe that there are several copies of books out there that go over virtualization, but not VMware itself. And the ones that do are a lot of poor grammar. So I can't recommend them. I can recommend the course because it's cheaper and it's coming straight from the guys who designed it. So that's a better option. So the next one I'm gonna move on to is the CET exam. Excuse me. Which is the Certified Electronic Technician's exam. That exam, I don't know if there's any books out there on the market. I haven't seen anything like that, but I do have the links to both the International Society of Certified Electronic Technicians and the ETA resource as well. So I'll put both of those links in the corner. I believe that the exam is broken down in 4 factors. AC, DC, and analog, digital. It goes over PCs as well. So if you don't know anything about PCs and you're an electronics guy, then shame on you. You should know this. If you're coming out of college or if you're just now entering the course, just a heads up that it does go over PCs and networking as well. So I'll put the links in the corner for that. The CCNA exam, okay. The CCNA guide that I use is it's a 2-part guide. It comes with a game, and it's called the Cisco CCENT Mindshare game. The game is more or less designed around the idea of building your knowledge of basic networking in the hardware around Cisco hardware. So basically, there's a book that also goes with it too that comes in the package. I'll put the ISBN in the corner for that. The game is pretty simple, and it's fun. It's not like it's a boring, like a Jeopardy game. It's not like that. No, it's more or less different levels that you have to go through to connect different hardware in topology, infrastructure, and similar. It allows you to build as you move along. So you'll definitely know the difference when you finish the game between what you knew coming in and what you know coming out. It's probably the best combo I've seen in a long time, and I recommend that. It's about $79, but you can find it on Borders for cheap if you use the coupon. I got mine 50% off, so that's how I received it. So that's the book I recommend for the CCNA guide or the CCNA exam. The last book that I'm gonna go over is the Cloud Architect. Cloud Architect exam is recent, as I mentioned previously in the other video. It's not a widely popular exam, so you definitely need to know more about cloud architecture before you actually get into the exam itself. But one book I can recommend is the Cloud Architecture and Cloud Security and Privacy book. I put the ISBN in the corner for that. Uh, if you don't really know much about programming, PHP, simple things like PHP and or I should say web development as well, you're gonna find yourself lost, and it's gonna be really difficult for you to find your way around. So these two books, or this book, I'll throw the ISBN in the corner for that. It does break down cloud architecture and cloud security pretty well. If you got a grasp on any other technology, you should be able to grasp this. But it's pretty decent read, and I do recommend this one. All these books that I mentioned have I've purchased them off of either eBay or Waters. I don't buy my books anywhere else other than there. You probably can go to the library and find them too, but my books I tend to hold on to only because I need them for a reference. I need to go back to them and get some highlights, get some information from it that I may have not known. Now, I understand that people have Google and they can just Google up information, but I'm old school and I need to have that physical book in my hand. If not, I'll have to get an ebook reader like a Nook or something, and get my information that way. But I'm very old school. I like to go back to the book all the time. So those are my recommendations for the certifications that I mentioned earlier. The books, it's a lot of reading, obviously, but I mean, if you want to get ahead, you need to get that certification. And if you want to get that certification, you need to read the books. So it's definitely something that needs to be done. I am looking at doing a cheat sheet though for the A plus, the Security Plus, and the Server Plus exam. I don't really know much about the VMware, so I haven't taken that yet. But I will be doing a breakdown or a cheat sheet and later on this year for all three of those exams because they're pretty I shouldn't say they're simple, but it's to put people in the proper perspective first when going at these two exams or three exams I just mentioned.